Good morning, everybody. So, unfortunately, it's just going to be me. Oh, I'm not even saying anything. Hold up. I can fix this. Eh, eh. Hi. Unfortunately, it's just going to be me today, which is fine. Our dear Abby is out living life. So, it's just going to be me, which is fine. Again, I'm fine. Nothing to be nervous about. I can do this. I don't know how Abby does it. Abby's like the best at talking. Like she's so social. But I came prepared this time in case something like this happened. I am going to read some Reddit posts that have been bouncing in my mind for a while. Yeah, we're just going to keep the music going. It's less silent that way. I did not murder Abby. I did not. She's fine. She's just doing life stuff. So, like I was doing life stuff earlier last year or later last year or something. But she's doing good. She's doing good. So, I have for you specifically curated stories off Reddit. Yes, there might be some "Am I the asshole" kind of things, but these like as much as I love "Am I the asshole," there is a new, I guess, Reddit post that has honestly just been amazing. It's or like I guess the Reddit, what would it be called? Subreddit. That's the word, and it is called "True Off My Chest." Now, I am a person who just absolutely loves the inner workings of, I guess, a story or not really a story of a person and their secrets. This sounds like confession. Like for me, it feels like this is like confession, even though it's not. But these are some people's confessions to certain things. Also, hold up, I gotta make sure everything is running smoothly. It's just me. There we go. So we're going to read just a few. It won't be a very long stream. It's just going to be a very short stream, but I do want to post a few things or read a few things from True Off My Chest. So and I will also again be reading also, what is it? Am I the asshole? Because I love to be judge, jury, and executioner for those kind of things. But for now, this is it. I I want to find something good though. Hold up. Okay. This is interesting. Just to top it off, the first True Off My Chest that I have looked up, and these are like the greatest of all time. My wife, I was it. Oh, my bad. I spoiled the plot. You were saving your own murder confession for the last post. No, it's not murder. She's just fine. But anyway, my wife doesn't know, but once or twice a month, after she falls asleep, I order a medium pizza and 8 wings, and I eat them outside in the backyard by myself and throw away the evidence before I go back to bed. It is honestly the most exciting thrill that I often daydream about and look forward to. I wake up pretty thirsty and bloated though, lol. Update. I'm going to pull this off again sometime in the next couple of days. I'll try to document it with some pictures of all the glory. So, this dude or lady, them, like, his biggest confession is that he orders medium pizza and 8 wings and eats them outside by himself. What the heck? Why do people sneak out doing that? Is there a reason? Is that a confession? I say go on, dude. Do what you got to do, because dead ass, meh. Some of these are kind of sad. Oh no. 6 years ago, I switched my wife's cat with a more well-behaved look-alike. Oh no. 6 years ago, I swapped my then girlfriend, now wife's cat with a more well-behaved look-alike. She had an all black cat. Oh, that's easy to switch. Dang. That was extremely aggressive. It scratched everyone, hissed at everyone, and didn't use its litter box half the time. Was it feral? Was it like a feral cat? Wife might be on a diet kick and not let him. Then he should go out in a blaze of glory. That's for sure. Um, but okay, sorry. I'm getting sidetracked already. Um, my wife insisted she could get it to behave better. One week, she went out of town to visit her family, and I was supposed to go to her apartment and feed it. The first night I went over, it scratched the shit out of my arm. I joked to the cat that it's not special and I'll replace it if it scratches again. The joke stuck with me until I had thought about it long enough that it wasn't a joke. The next morning, I went to the local animal shelter, found an identical cat who was already litter box trained and acclimated to people, but was a little skittish. Its old owner died of a heart attack, and the animal shelter said that they think that that's why it was skittish. But overall, it was a lot friendlier and better behaved, and the skittishness will help resemble the original cat. Oh my God. So I adopted it, took it to my wife's apartment, settled it in, then drove her original cat to an animal shelter a town over. I was paranoid my wife would find out if I took it to a local one. It's been 6 years since then. We got married 4 years ago. We still have the swapped cat. It answers to the original cat's name. My wife knows nothing. She loves this cat and brags about how much better behaved it is. Every time I see it, I feel like a total piece of shit. There is an edit. For people saying that the other cat was likely euthanized by the shelter, I just double checked in the shelter that I dropped it off, and it was and still is a no-kill shelter. I don't know how I feel about this because honestly, was the cat feral? These are questions I need to know because if you bring in a feral cat, yeah, it's going to be aggressive and scratch and hiss at everybody and doesn't like it won't be. Oh, I thought I did. Is it Reddit stories? Is it not? It shows the title is Reddit stories, is it not? At least for me. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I don't know about this because if there's a feral cat and you think, oh, I could just train a feral cat. I had a roommate who had a feral black cat. And I did not like that cat at all. Like at all. I did not like them. Animes and reboots. Try and refresh for a second. Because it shows for me. Huh. Let me see. I swear it showed for me that was Reddit stories. I gotta make sure everything's good. Okay, we're good. Also I didn't even post a tweet. I'm a professional, I swear. Okay, so the cat. So I actually, this hits a little too close to home because I had a roommate who also had a black cat, but it was a feral black cat. And that thing was awful. Absolutely awful. I remember it just pissed on my bed. It wasn't social. It was just feral. And my roommate at the time was like, I can calm this cat down. And I was like, you never calm down. It never calmed down. And I got so frustrated because it kept peeing on my bed, not anyone else's bed, just my bed. And I was like, I cannot with this cat. This cat hates me. And for a while, it put me off on cats. It really did put me off on cats. It was until I actually had a cat that was given to me by a friend that I actually started loving cats again when I had my own cat. And that cat was also, I guess, a feral cat, but they got him as a kitten. And he acclimated socially very, very well. Absolutely loved him so much. And he was the reason that I loved cats again because of him. And now I want another cat for sure. Now, I will also say, I get that he feels like a piece of shit, but honestly, if you know you're not able to take care of it, I honestly would be like, yeah, at least he gave it to a no kill shelter. So it doesn't hurt me as much, or like it doesn't really hurt to be like, okay, I had to give it up because y'all just weren't prepared. And I genuinely believe that it could have been a feral cat for sure. Okay, hold on. Trying to put my post out. Done. There we go. So, dude, whoever posted this, you get a pass. You get a pass. That I know it sucks, but you do get a pass out of this. Oh no. Yeah, if it was his own cat, maybe, but lying to your partner for years is trashy. That is true. The lying would get me. I would have talked about it with my partner, but she also seems so adamant that she could fix this cat, and I'm like, I guess I can see both sides to it, because if it didn't just scratch him, it scratched everybody. It just hated everybody. And I don't think a lot of people know how to handle like feral cats. I definitely didn't know how to handle a feral cat. I didn't have like, and my roommate, it wasn't my cat, it was my roommate's cat. Um and it sucks because like I couldn't tell them exactly, how to take care or what to do, because I've never owned a cat before, and it was their responsibility and stuff like that. Oh God, I still remember that cat. I still remember that cat. The anger I have for that cat. So I guess I can understand where he's coming from, just because I had something similar with a similar situation of a cat that just hated everybody. Like it hated everybody. Now here's a story. I found out that my boyfriend of 2 years is married and has kids. I'm showing myself to his family tomorrow at his church. Why do people do this? It's a throwaway because I don't want my followers to see this. I'm just so confused right now. I need to talk to somebody. I've been seeing this guy, call him Adam, 32, for 2 years. He's from another town but visits me on weekends. I never met his family, his friends, or been in his town. I know that he works at the church and he takes pride in that. Oh God, that makes it even worse. 3 weeks ago, I found out that he is actually married and has 2 kids. I was devastated, in a state of disbelief, but most of all, I was mad, especially after I confirmed this via his wife's social media account. We are still talking, and I haven't broken up with him yet. I planned and decided to show myself to his family on Sunday at his church and let him know that he used me and took advantage. I planned on ending it. I plan on ending it right then and there. I'm currently in his town, staying at a hotel. I'm doing this tomorrow, and no one knows except myself. He's still texting me lies, thinking that I'm stupid or ignorant. I feel terrible, but something's pushing me to do this. Don't know if it's anger or feeling bad for his wife and kids. I'm not going to lie, I'm worried this might backfire at me, but at this point, I have nothing to lose. I just feel like I need to get my respect and dignity back after being lied to and fooled for 2 years. You were together for 2 years and didn't meet anyone, and that didn't red flag you? So that's true. I can see that. That is definitely a red flag if you're not meeting with his friends very soon. I feel, yeah, that would be a huge red flag. Good point, Kumo. But again, she could have been just naive. And he could have been a great liar. Who knows? I'm trying to see if there's an update because I want to know. This was posted 4 months ago. Oh my God, this is posted 4 months ago. Oh gosh, is there an update? I need to know. Yeah, so a lot of the comments are, of course, very supportive. One of them is, as scummy as that is, it is pretty remarkable that he got away with it for so long. I can't even take a shit without my wife and kids hunting me down. Like, it's very interesting. And I'm reading some of the comments, and a lot of people are like, this happened to me. Why does this happen? How? Like, I don't understand the people's capacity to do that. Like, girl, I hope you do. I hope you do it in front of his church. I hope you do it in front of his church to show he's an adulterer. Fuck that dude. Fuck that dude. Where's my gavel? Bang, bang. He's an asshole. Even though this isn't it. Oh, bye, Kumo. Have a good one. Let's see. Oh gosh, a lot of this is a little too much for me. Yeah, a lot of this has gotten too political. Let's move on to the hottest takes here. Oh, here's one. I told my fiance that I know about his infidelity and canceled the wedding. He still wants a second chance. Fuck this dude. I've written here 3 days ago before I talked to my fiance. This is after I told him I know about his cheating. I start by telling my parents who are paying for the wedding about what happened and that I'm canceling the wedding. Hopefully they can get back some of what they paid for via their home insurance. I've told them that I'm going to pay the rest for the damages. My dad refused. I insisted. It's not up to them. Since my fiance still lives with his parents, I feel that I would be outnumbered if I went alone to end it. Text or a call wasn't an option since he meant a text or a call wasn't an option since he meant a lot more to me than that, and I really wanted to see his face and ask what the fuck. Okay, I'm gonna put a pin in that. I understand that. I guess in this day and age, like a lot of old school people, texting and calling for breaking up is not okay in some ways. I guess because he was technically your fiance, you would want to do it face to face. But okay. She also says, I also wanted him to see my hurt. I don't want it to be comfortable for him. Cheaters must see the hurt they cause and hopefully learn from it. I took my mom with me. When I told him that the wedding was off and the reason why, he started crying. He told me all the things they say in desperation. He was foolish. He didn't think. He was stressed out. He was scared. It meant nothing. He regretted it. He didn't want to tell me because it meant nothing, and he didn't want to hurt me. I should give him a chance to prove himself and his loyalty. He can ask his parents to pay for the wedding. We can postpone the wedding indefinitely. I can take the apartment, and he will live with his parents as long as it takes for me to forgive him. I don't know. This will happen so soon, like after you were engaged. This is a sign, lady. Like, this is a sign for sure. I haven't cried so much as I did when I was listening to his bullshit. And afterwards, on my way home, how could he do this to me? He didn't give me a satisfying answer to why he did this to me. To us. I've cried myself to sleep every night since the accident, and yet I cried like I just found out. I'm going to stay in the apartment we bought together, and he will stay with his parents. Prices has gone down the last couple of months, and we both agreed that we didn't want to sell for less than what we paid. But the moment it goes up again, we're selling. I'm starting to pack his things now, and tomorrow I'm renting a van to move his things to his parents' house. Sorting out all his stuff and packing his clothes made it real for me. I didn't expect it to be so emotional. Why do I still love him so much? He has been texting me and he's called me twice, and we talked mostly about mundane stuff, but also about us and our relationship. His mom has called me to say that she felt guilty for first not advising him to come clean, but even for later divulging his secret to me without his permission. Wait, what? She was disappointed that I took advantage of her moment of panic, but that she understands that I'm hurt. Wait, so her mom told her? She said he would do his best to win me back. I'm a bit irritated about the fact that none of them, including my parents, believe that it's really over, and I don't have quite the energy to prove my point either. I just need some alone time now and some peace and quiet. Fuck, dude. Don't. Okay, first of all, this isn't your parents' choice. All right, this is your life, not your parents' life. And I get that they're a big influence, like parents are big influences on their kids' lives and everything. But fuck what they say. He did you wrong. And the fact they're like, oh, give him a chance. No, fuck that shit. If he cheated on you, more than likely, not saying all the time, but more than likely he will do it again. And I'm not just saying this like out of my ass. Studies show that cheaters who have cheated once are more likely to cheat again. So I think you dodged a bullet. I mean, if he was the one who proposed to you and asked you to stay, like you agreed to the commitment of being together, I'm assuming in a monogamous relationship, and he does this to you, fuck that. Dump his ass. Don't go back to him. But again, it's not as black and white as it is, normally. Because again, you still have your own emotions and stuff like that to deal with. But yeah. Oh yeah. There's this one. Hold up. Where's the original post? I would love to read this in the original post here. This is what I've seen going. I've seen this person making the rounds on Reddit. This was 23 days ago. So I remember seeing this recently. One of the best true off my chest stories, if I'm being completely honest. My husband, male 45, and I, female 36, met about 6 years ago. We've been married for 1 year. When we met, I was very fit and athletic. I started gaining weight, however, after suffering 2 miscarriages and the loss of my mother to cancer. Oh, damn. I was very depressed and barely got out of bed, if not to go to work. I stopped exercising and instead started eating junk food. I gained 40 pounds in 2 years, and under this time, my husband, then fiance, was very supportive and loving. I felt guilty and tried to give him an out several times, but instead he proposed and we got married last summer. I like the first part, very sweet, very supportive, but I also remembered the title. Since our marriage, I've been feeling much better and it showed. I've lost around 20 pounds, good for you, so far, and I gained back my muscles and abs. He was so happy to see me feeling better. On his computer, however, it was a totally different story. He was talking almost under our entire relationship to his ex-wife about me. Oh no. His ex-wife, female 46, left him about 7 to 8 years ago for her colleague. The relationship didn't work, however, and she tried to get back together with my husband. He has already met me, but they stayed friends, mostly via chat, texting, since she lives 12 hours away. My husband was complaining about everything about me. My job, my depression, my cooking, but mostly about my weight. Oh no, he was telling her how disgusting I was to him, how he even found it hard to share the same bed since I snored like a dog. He sent her pictures of me while sleeping, sometimes in underwear with comments about my belly, double chin, back boobs, etc. She found these pictures extremely amusing and she came up with the name White Whale. They both found it hilarious and now that is what they refer to me as. Oh my God. I am so enraged for you. I am so enraged for you. I can't. Okay, so I haven't read the update, and there is an update, and I hope you dump his ass. But how can someone do that? So if you're if you're texting your ex, like I don't mind people texting their exes, especially if if you broke it off and it was a mutual break off. You know what I mean? Like y'all both mutually agreed to this. But what he did to her, to his wife, his now wife, and the pictures that he gave to his ex-wife, fuck that dude. Fuck that dude. That is just a whole level of just assholery. Holy shit, this makes me mad. Okay. They didn't flirt. They don't flirt exactly or talk about being together or starting an affair, but they do say that they miss each other and they reminisce about the time they were married. No, I don't think they're going to flirt or anything. I think what's happening is the reason why this is just my speculation. The ex came up with the name White Whale. So the ex is thriving off the fact that her husband or her ex-husband is miserable, and she finds joy in putting down someone else because that makes her feel better. You know, especially when it comes from her ex-husband about his wife. Like, she's just doing that so she can make herself feel better. And he's just doing it for the attention from his ex. Fuck those two. Fuck those two. They reminisce about the time they were married. She's more flirtatious and he really enjoys it. Boom, there we go. Whatever he's telling her isn't what I've experienced with him. I don't disgust him. He tells me that he loves me all the time. We have great and passionate sex, and the way he touches and makes love to me is so great. He must be a really good actor if he was in reality disgusted by me. If he hates the few times we have slept apart, he's lying, and I don't know why he's doing it. Oh, and he hates the few times we have slept apart. He's lying, and I don't know why he's doing it. It's for the attention, honey. It's for the attention. He's lying to one of us, and I'm not sure if I want to know who he's lying to and why. I decided to get out of this marriage and leave this behind me. Good on you. Right now, I'm acting like everything is normal, but I started looking for a new job in another city and a place to rent. I also started with birth control pills in case something happens between us, and I have talked to a lawyer to prepare the divorce and start the process once I'm gone. Boom! Yes. One thing I'm not going to do is fall back into depression and weight gain. I will not allow it. What a waste of love he has been. Girl, go for it. Yes, exactly. What a waste. Fuck that dude. There is an edit. I can't believe I need to explain this about the birth control pills. Very simple explanation. Up until I went through his messenger, I loved and trusted this guy. We had a great sex life and we were trying to conceive. When I read what he has written and the way he took the pictures of me sleeping, something happened inside of me. Like I don't know this person in front of me anymore. I can't read his face and I don't trust him. I don't know how long I'm going to need to stay under the same roof as him. I don't know what his reaction will be if I refuse him under a long period of time with no real excuse. I don't know what else he's capable of besides taking pictures of sleeping people. I don't know if I, in a moment of weakness, succumb to lust or if he, for a moment, could fool me into thinking he actually loved me. For all these reasons and many darker scenarios I played in my head, I'm taking extra precautions. Anyone with an IQ of a chicken could understand that, or I hope so. No, that's true. You got to cover all your bases. You don't want to have a kid that ties you to this person. Fuck that dude. But here is the update, which I'm super excited for. I have now left my husband and served him papers. White Whale out. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Hi again. I don't know how to make an update, but my original post is in my profile. Sorry if I'm using the wrong terminology for Reddit. Girl, same. Reddit is still very confusing to even me. But I'm feeling happy, so happy for the first time in weeks, and I wanted to share with you since many of you supported me and requested an update. I thought it would be the decent thing to do. So here comes nothing. Yes, I didn't pry or spy on my husband. I used his MacBook to do some work, and he had forgotten to log out from Facebook and Messenger. He has never given me any reason to spy on him, and after I found out, however, I would occasionally check his phone, maybe hoping that it was all a bad joke. He continued complaining anyhow, and now he was telling her I was being distant and cold in a manner, and that he was tired of me. Oh, are you serious? He even lied and told her I was gaining even more weight, even though I'm not. He told her we weren't having sex. I avoided him because he couldn't find it under the rolls of fat. Fuck this dude. Fuck this dude. A joke that she highly appreciated. Oh yeah, I'm sure she did. I didn't spy after that. I got the confirmation I needed. In the meantime, he acted the worried husband with me, concerned about me and asking if I was going through any depression. He told me he loved me and that he was there for me. He did everything like previous times I had dips. called from work, came from home with takeouts from my favorite restaurants, did all the cleaning and washing around the house, baked fresh bread in the mornings. Oh, damn. Fresh bread? Flowers and chocolates, and asked me if I wanted to go for a nighttime drive or walk. He used to take me for a drive the nights I was feeling very down and depressed. How can anyone be so two-faced? That's it. He is a two-faced fucking asshole. I have my big sister who lives in another city. I told her that I was leaving my husband and that I was looking for jobs in her city. My sister is married and she lives with her husband and daughter in a big house. She offered me one of her spare bedrooms. I got a few job interviews and one of them turned into an offer. It's not exactly my field of work and it came with a significant decrease in salary. Oh yeah. But I thought about it and it's a good start until something more suitable comes up. I didn't want to prolong my stay with him any longer, and a decrease in income is a good sacrifice. Plus, I'm going to have to lower my rent, and I'm selling my car since the new job is a walking distance from my sissy's house. So no more worrying about crazy gas prices. Oh yeah. Honestly, that's amazing. My new job starts on October 1st. I'm working on my notice period for my computer. The 2 months between jobs, I'm going to have fun and work on myself. I took my name off the lease, but I'm going to pay 2 more months. I left him last Sunday. Hell yeah! The night before, I prepared a very nice dinner, and I beeped his brains out all night. It felt so good to hear him whispering how much he loved me and how lucky he was to have me. In the morning, I left the divorce papers and my attorney's number in the kitchen. When I got to my sister's, I finally could tell her and the rest of my family about everything. I showed them all the conversations and even the pictures he's taken of me. They're all pissed at him. He has been calling and texting obsessively, but he doesn't know where I live now. Emailed and DM'd. He went to my parents, but they shunned him at the door and advised him to let me go. Maybe he knows now because he's been asking to explain and apologize. I don't care. And all I've texted back is that if he wants to convey a message, he could do it through my lawyer. Bam! Bam. That feels awesome. You deserve it. Fuck that dude. Fuck that dude. He's two-faced and now like there's the consequences of his actions. I love a good payback. I wonder if there are like good payback stories because man. Wait a second. I'm trying to find another one. Sorry, that one was so good. I saw the first part. I didn't see the update. Now that I've read the update, I'm a lot less mad. Because, I mean, a lot of these are definitely like cheating stories. Let's read one. I also have Okay. I also have an update for this one. We had a perfect life, and my wife cheated. I married my best friend last year. We've been together for 8 years, and it's been the most amazing and fulfilling relationship I've ever had. We've had the perfect life. We had the cutest little puppy, and she's the most loyal and loving little creature I've ever met. We've been saving for a house in our dream city, and we were just ready to pull the trigger this year. We were planning to adopt afterwards. We finally paid off all our student loans. Now that's the dream. That's the fucking dream. We have amazing friends and hobbies that we're both passionate about. We did everything together. Dates multiple times a week, every weekend for sure, and usually a few during the week as well. Road trips and vacations and events. We stayed up late every night cuddling and talking about our future together. We've had a million little inside jokes and we sent flirty texts to each other all day. We had an amazing sex life, especially one of our fantasies every day. Every one of our fantasies every day, often multiple times a day. I swear I can read. We made it through graduate school and the pandemic and all sorts of tumultuous life events together. I worked from home and I took care of all the house chores so she didn't have to. Now that's a man. Wow. I took care of the dog. I did the training and the walking and the feeding so that to, she wouldn't have that extra stress. I make 4 times her salary so that she can work her dream job, which doesn't by itself make enough to pay rent, etc., since we're in New York City. Oof, that hurts. I never complained about any of this, and being able to do all these things with her always made me so proud and happy so that she could fulfill her own professional dreams. And she still cheated on me. Damn. She cheated with a coworker she's only known for a few months, who is way younger than her and who is her subordinate at work. Are you serious? I told her I will be willing to work through it in therapy together, that I could forgive her because our life was so amazing. And she told me she was so sorry and would do anything to make things right, that she had never meant to hurt me. But I found out last week she's still cheating on me with him. And when I confronted her, she became unrecognizable. She was very verbally abusive and yelled at me and told me that she had never loved me or our puppy. What? Oh, no. But wait, it gets worse. She told me that she had been using me all along, and now she found someone else. Oh, and now that she found someone else, she didn't need me anymore, and that she didn't feel any remorse or guilt, and had only pretended to apologize when she got caught the first time, so that she could keep using me for money. What are you? Well, okay, she's honest. I'll give her that. But damn, fuck that bitch. I should be angry, but I just feel so sorry for her. She's literally just using you for her. I'm still going to have an amazing life. I took our dog, my dog now, I guess, and moved out. I'm still going to be buying that house alone now. All my friends, also our friends, and even her friends have been so supportive. Even her family has been so supportive of me. She's losing a lot of friends. She's losing me, her best friend at the very least. She might lose her job. She can't afford rent where she's living either way. She always liked expensive shows and clothes and hobbies and going out to eat. And now she can't have any of that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But she doesn't return my calls anymore, so I guess this is it. I never understand what happened or why she gave up on our life together out of nowhere like this. Dude, fuck that bitch. You literally did everything. You did everything right. And I know it hurts. You did everything right. This was 14 hours ago. Oh, the update was 14 hours ago. The original post was 2 months ago. But let me just say, when it comes to that, you did everything right. It's not your fault. And all of this is not your fault. She even admitted she just used you. And I guarantee you, before I even read the update, this is going to bite her in the ass. If not now, eventually. Just eventually it will. Update. We had a perfect life and my wife cheated. Update. I was completely overwhelmed by the responses to my original post and was so busy dealing with the fallout, emotional and otherwise, of my soon-to-be ex-wife's affair. Wait, there were so that was his wife. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, he said his wife. Duh. Of my soon-to-be ex-wife's affair to respond to everyone's messages. So a quick apology to anyone's DMs I didn't respond to. I've never gotten hundreds of messages before on any platform, but I did see them and they did help me feel less crazy. So thank you, everyone. As many of you predicted, she tried to come back. Of course she did. Fucking of course she did. Multiple times, in fact. Boom. The last 2 months have been insane in a lot of ways for me. I encouraged her to go see a therapist and she was diagnosed with a personality disorder. She didn't tell me the specifics, but my own therapist suspects borderline personality disorder for what it's worth. I still love and care about her so much that every time she calls me sobbing, telling me she hasn't meant it and would do anything to make things right again, I fell for it and told her I will help any way I could. Oh, no. No. she's using you again. In retrospect, it was so bizarre and entrancing seeing these glimpses of the person I used to know reaching back out to me in such obvious pain. And so every time she told me, stone faced, a few days after apologizing, that she hadn't meant the apology and had only said it to manipulate me and had faked the tears, it hurt so much more, having just seen these glimpses of the wonderful person I knew for 8 years. I got so lost in trying to help her during these isolated moments of normalcy that I lost track of how many times she abruptly switched her entire attitude towards me. It was only recently that I went back and counted 15. 15 times that she would switch between telling me she loves me and had learned from her mistake and couldn't wait to hold me again, and telling me that she had no regrets, and telling me that she has no regrets, had never loved me, and that she's only been manipulating me. Ooh. At one point during one of her days of normalcy, she told me that when she thought back on how she had treated me, she felt like she had been kidnapped by aliens and replaced with a body double, like she had been switched to an evil version of herself, destroyed my life while she watched helpless from space. And when I called her a few days later, she started yelling at me for not being good enough and telling me she was busy with her affair partner, who she had sworn she was done with 2 days before. I reminded her of her alien story. She told me that she didn't remember telling me that she would never say something so dumb, but if she had, it would only have been to manipulate me. What the heck? I'd never been a victim of abuse before this, so it took me a lot longer than I'd like to admit to realize that what she was doing to me. Yeah, it is abuse. I understand that this is also a mental disorder on her end, but this is abuse on your end. It explains it, but does not excuse it, is what Abby would say. I always thought what I saw other people being treated so poorly, wow, I would never let that happen to me. When I was actually in that situation, all I could think of was how I could help her. I always try to see the best in people, and as far as I know, this is the first time someone who is close enough to me to know that has purposely taken advantage of it to keep hurting me with no intention of stopping. It still feels so strange, like I hallucinated the last 8 years of my life, but I filed for the divorce this week. I didn't respond to her last call. I don't know how exactly it would have gone. The apologies, swearing she would make things better, that she loved me so much, and then a few days later, the shouting and the abuse and telling me that I wasn't good enough for her and that she had never loved me. Also, in some DMs, people mentioned something about hearing my original post from my TikTok. I don't have a TikTok, so I guess someone is impersonating my throwaway account, which is strange. Just a heads up, if anyone is personally invested in my story at all, this is the only place online that I'm writing about it. Any other accounts are not me. Damn. So like I said, I understand that she has a mental disorder, if it's more borderline personality disorder. However, on your end, it is still abuse. I agree. And I'm glad you see it. I feel like anyone who's like, well, if I would never be abused, that would never happen to me. It really takes you. Like you wouldn't know that you were being abused. Like no one does. No one goes into any relationship thinking, yeah, I'm just going to go to be abused. No one does that. A lot of people genuinely do not realize that they are being abused until I guess they're deep in that abuse. For him, it was 8 years. Like, my goodness. Oh, also a quick update for any of the kind people wondering how I'm doing personally. I've been having a blast going on adventures with my dog. My friends have all been taking turns reaching out every day. My family has been amazingly supportive. My manager told me to take a month off work to sort myself out, and it was super refreshing. Your manager is a boss, like a boss ass boss. Dude, a month off? That's perfect. Yeah. Being back at work afterwards has been great. My coworkers have been hyping me up and checking in with me at lunch. I was able to get back to some old hobbies I dropped because of the pandemic and made some new friends there. It's been good. I'm good. Good on you, dude. Good on you. I hope, whoever you are, because this was posted only 14 hours ago, I hope you are living your best life. You and whoever else has been like all the other true off my chest stories I've read today. I hope y'all are living your best lives, because don't worry about karma or whatever. It will come to them. It will come to them. And as much as this guy, I understand you're a very caring person to your soon to be ex-wife, especially with her mental illness. You got to focus on you, because clearly she's not even trying to help herself. And she can't keep leaning on you. So I'm glad y'all are trying to like, I hope y'all are trying to like break off so that she can finally focus on herself and get the help she needs without pulling you into the abuse. And you can focus on healing as well. I'm just like, But I think those are going to be it. I did say it's going to be a short stream. It's already been almost an hour. So I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys loved this one woman show, reading True Off My Chest on Reddit. If any of you guys want to see and read the updates for yourselves, it's just literally probably one of the top things on True Off My Chest on Reddit. Honestly, it's like reading confession. I love reading it. It's like people watching, but you're reading. It's really nice. At least for me. Well, not nice, and some of these are kind of meh. However, a lot of these stories are very good. But yes. Wait, what do I do? Abby, what do I do? Right. So I'm supposed to tell me who I am. I am a bowl of ricey. I will type in chat here. And you can find me on Twitch at a bowl of ricey, as well as on Twitter at a bowl of ricey. And you can also find us on here. Let me see if I can. There we go. You can find both me and Abby here on What's Your Opinion podcast, and on Twitter at that. What's Your Opin 10 on Twitter. We hope, I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I have several things I would love, like several fun things for the podcast that I've been thinking up that I'm very excited to show for next week. Because I also want to talk conspiracy theories eventually, because I don't know if y'all guys have heard of the new Mandela effects coming into place, but I've wanted to talk about that because bruh, it's freaky. But I just love conspiracy theories, because I believe we did that once on our podcast. Anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and hopefully you guys will join us next week on a new topic and such. So yeah, until then, have a good week, everybody, and stay safe. Bye.